Let the hunt begin for Doomhammer.
Do I want to keep Swamp Ooze against Hunter? Probably... The Battlecry is probably not that good, but it's also just a cheap Battlecry. Mind Control Tech could be good as well. If he has anything in play and then plays the Hyena, I can steal something. I think I just want to try to mulligan for like Sludge Slurper, Cable Rat, Questing Explorer, that kind of stuff. This thing's good. I think sometimes with this deck you can even coin out the Evil Totem, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea here. I don't have another 1-cost card to go with it. Or wait, no, I can go like coin Evil Totem into Quest plus Lackey. I'm not sure if this is good, but it does potentially just give me a bunch of lackeys. Like, instead of just playing this into his 2-drop, I can play it here, get a lackey, and then next turn potentially kill his 2-drop and get 2 more lackeys out of this. So I guess the question here is, do I just Kobold Lackey his face? I do want to complete my quest as soon as possible, and next turn I can go whatever Lackey I get, plus Menacing Nimbus. So I think I do play it. I guess there was some risk there of Pressure Plate killing my totem, but I mean I have to get the quest in play eventually. Wow, has to Unleash to kill it. That's gotta feel bad. Cable Rat. Let's see what the secret is. Not Freezing or Snake. Okay. Let's evolve this Cable Rat. So it's not Pressure Plate, Freezing, or Snake, which means it can be Rat, Explosive. It's also not Snipe, Misdirection. I think Rat is probably the most likely, which is kind of annoying because my deck likes to play a lot of cards in a turn.
The calm before the storm.
That guy's pretty good, but not so much right here. Wasn't actually expecting him to have weapons in that deck. Could have kept my Acidic Swamp Ooze. Well, Sandstorm Elemental looks pretty good here. Problem is, I don't really spend my mana. I guess I can just make a totem, though. This is my final quest activator, right? So next turn I could potentially activate my hero power and play Mind Control Tech, but seems pretty unlikely that'll actually happen. Maybe if one of those secrets is snakes, then I would be able to double MC Tech next turn. That was a good draw for him. I actually don't have much of a play here. I guess I can just Zilliax into this guy. I do have the Life Drinker for a little bit of healing, plus Shudderwalk to get some more out of it. Maybe that's fine. Could also just bump this in, and then play a second Sandstorm Elemental. But I feel like having the AoE is kind of nice, although maybe not with both Plague of Murlocs and MC Tech. I guess I'm gonna Zilliax here. Not interested in activating Explosive Trap or Misdirection. Although maybe this was the turn to do it, but I just give him another weapon charge, it doesn't seem good. Well, that was a boring turn from him. So there's almost certainly an explosive trap in play, which means I'm just gonna go Sandbinder here. Pretty good elementals. Oh, that's not good if I'm trying to take this super long. Let's investigate these secrets. Snake trap. So I can play this guy. Could go like hero power this guy and draw 2 with Storm Chaser. Yeah, that seems fine. Could also draw the 2 with Zephrys, but I don't think I need to. Oh, I can also MC Tech here. There's a 40% chance that I steal the big boy. Alright, MC Tech probably doesn't get better than this.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
Rip. Still a fine turn, I think.
That didn't go as red.
Eureka is not good, but Earthshock is pretty nice.
Stormy.
Played this thing first to play around Snipe. Is he gonna play another bow? Yep. Alright, so definitely not a Highlander deck. I know some people are pushing for double Hyena in that deck, but it doesn't make too much sense to me. Maybe the Dire Frenzy was a pretty good tell that he wasn't that, though. So what do I want to do here? God, I have so many cards in my hand, and they're all so strong. What if I go, like, Argus Life Drinker?
I wonder.
Seems pretty sick. Shutterwalk's probably good, just based on how many cards I've played. I feel like this guy gets better for sure.
What?
Let's go Argus Life Drinker.
My shield for Argus.
And this probably goes face because of explosive. If I use that one to trade, then this guy kills it. Is this 5 going face? I have already seen one Dire Frenzy. I think the 5 goes face. I know Zephrys can give Gore Howl, so setting him to 7's pretty good. Although I guess this thing is gonna lifesteal for 1. No, don't have Dire Frenzy. That's not good. He's probably still dead though, right? I only need Zephrys to give me 3, which is pretty easy, I think. Well, I guess it depends on what this secret is. But I think if this goes in first, it's guaranteed.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Fireball requires less actions than Gore Howl. Sick pressure plate, bro.
Brawl versus Margo.
For Doomhammer.
Keep the quest, toss stuff that costs more than like 2 mana. This This is a pretty strong hand, I think. So I guess I just go Cable Rat here. My other two options are reactive, and there's nothing to react to. So I can full clear here with Bug Collector plus Lackey. Sandstorm Elemental is also a clear. I think Sandstorm Elemental is better later, though.
Look what I found! Double time and double pay!
I can combo this with the hero power later, or it just kills, like, Grimscale Oracle and stuff like that. The Death Rattle from Soul of the Murloc. That's really annoying. Probably have to Earth Shock it. At least I rolled the good totem. Well, looks like I need to use Ziliax to kill Underbelly Angler number 3. But I was actually able to answer all 3 Underbelly Anglers before you got too much value out of them. So that is pretty good. Not too crazy. Searing Totem. Damn. Probably still play the Sandstorm Elemental here. Menacing Nimbus is definitely okay as well. Yeah, I'm not scared of these 1/1s. So I'm not really entirely sure what his deck is. Cable Rat tells me he probably has the full Lackey package. He has Quest, obviously. But he's got some Murlocs, too. I'm not sure how many Murlocs he's got in there. Wow. He got some good Murlocs, but I guess I did, too. I trade my 4/1 into his Scargill. Trade War Leaders. Sandstorm Elemental doesn't really seem like it does much for me. It just kills a 2/1. So I guess the question is if I'm playing Reign of Toads or Thunderhead. I guess I should go Thunderhead since maybe I can follow it up with Reign of Toads.
What to do?
Oh right, I could have just held the Thunderhead for Sandstorm Elemental synergy. Or maybe Sandstorm Elemental plus Thunderhead was good that turn. I actually kind of forgot that this synergized, even though that's one of the reasons this card is good. Oh, this is the Sandstorm Elemental. Let's go. This guy's good as well. But there's no way he's better than Sandstorm Ellie. And I guess I play Reign of Toads just to fill out my mana. I think I have to trade something first before playing Reign of Toads to get full value. Yeah, Reign of Toads summons 5. So I need to trade both of these. I am pretty overloaded next turn, but I'm definitely in a good position on board. But if he's playing Giggling Inventor, he might be playing Earthquake or something. Looks like he's not going to play it this turn, though. Yikes, he's not even done with his quest. Seems like it takes a lot of investment to kill this guy. What could his Drustvar Horror do that would be scary? It could cast some kind of AoE and clear all my stuff. But any AoE it's casting that's good enough to kill my stuff is probably good enough to kill his thing. So I think I'm just gonna hit him in the face. 12 damage is a lot.
Of course it's the right way.
Mutate and Stormbringer. Uh-oh.
You're in my hands now.
It's so weird that the Mutate still casts. Like, after it's been evolved by something else. What can I do here? He's got some scary dudes over there, but even if he kills my board, he still needs 6 additional damage to kill me. So, I can probably just play, like, one of these. I give this thing... Well, I guess I give this thing all the keywords. Actually, I might just voluntarily not give it Taunt since I have these. But, like, I could play this and then 2/2, 6/6 into an Alexstrasza. That's pretty good. But maybe I should just take the turn to find some Drustvar Horrors. I can hit him down to 8. There's a decent chance a Drustvar Horror would be lethal. Probably not that good of a chance, though. Let's play this guy. So he definitely gets Divine Shield and Wind Fury. Divine Shield and Rush. Wind Fury. I think I don't give him Taunt. Although I don't know that he would really ever send an 8/8 into my 6/1. But I guess it plays around like Thunderhead, right?
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
So since he played the Toxfin first, he gave his Toxfin lethal. That's kind of cute. Or poison, not lethal. Nice. Out Shamaned. Look at this kid with 2 ofs in his deck. What a joke. I played about 40 games with this deck, and ended up just over the 50% mark, which isn't too bad considering how hard everyone at my rank is trying. And I think there's a lot of room to improve this deck. Earthshock was a really strong card at the end of the last meta, but so far this hasn't felt like an Earthshock meta. Hungry Crab is a card that's pretty insane in the right matchup, but I think the Murloc decks are falling off a bit from what I've seen. Bug Collector is kind of okay, but just a little bit too underwhelming, I think. Questing Explorer is maybe a card you could consider replacing, but I think I liked it well enough in this deck. Weaponized Wasp is probably too situational since we only have 1/ofs on the activators. Reign of Toads has honestly not felt that great, but I think I probably want to keep it just for the Storm Chaser consistency, but I could see cutting it. And realistically, I could even see cutting Siamat. It's obviously a strong card, but it's big and clunky. It's pretty situational for it to be like super good. And it probably is one of the top 30 cards we can be playing in this deck, so I'm not gonna cut it, but I think it would be reasonable to consider cutting, or just if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. So for replacements, I guess we type in Battlecry and start flipping through trying to find some good cards to play. Bog Slosher actually felt really good, so I do think I want Youthful Brewmaster in this deck. Turns out that bouncing Zephrys is pretty insane. I was thinking Fire Elemental might be good, just so we have a little bit more damage. I don't think Hagatha is that unreasonable to play in this deck, just to have another board clear. You actually can combo the Battlecry on Hagatha with the Heart of whatever hero power and deal 6 damage. I think in the right meta that could be reasonable. And it's not like the Bewitch hero power is really that much of a downgrade. If it's even a downgrade at all. I mean, pretty much everything in your deck is a minion. But for now, we'll leave it out. There are definitely a couple 1-drops we could put in here. Beaming Sidekick, Crystallizer. I was thinking about playing Potion Vendor just for a little bit of healing. Sometimes this deck does die. Or maybe we just go Voodoo Doctor. It's a little bit worse with Shutterwalk, but it does more damage when you play it. Fuck it, let's play Voodoo Doctor. You know what? Golden Voodoo Doctor. I guess Acidic Swamp Ooze is another card I was playing that could definitely come out if we end up needing another slot. There are some weapons in the meta, but not an incredible amount of them. there's a lot of token stuff, you could definitely play Mad Bomber. Quicksand Elemental felt like a pretty good card the one time I generated it. Sun Fury Protector is good if you're up against aggro, although you don't really get the double dip on the Battlecry with the hero power. Could play Earthen Ring Farseer for some more healing. I do kind of like the Voodoo Doctor because it's so cheap, but maybe we just play both. Golden Scarab's okay value. Microtech Controller does make a board, and I was thinking that maybe I want some more stuff that summons stuff for Shudderwalk. I think for a thing that summons other things, though, Former Champ is probably the way to go. Barista Lynchen is a card that people play for value. It is probably good if you feel like you need the value. I'm just a little bit worried about playing such a slow card because dying to aggro is definitely a real thing with this deck. Maybe you could play it over the big genie. Or maybe try cutting the Rain of Toads, have only 2 targets for the Storm Chaser. Some people like Witchwood Piper to find the Sludge Slurper, but currently I have some other 1-drops, so I don't know how good it is really. Twilight Drake is reasonable, but I don't know how big my hand is always going to be. I think as far as like big mid-rangey value things, I have better options probably. You can always play Giggling Inventor if you want something else at the top end, but I'm definitely worried about this deck getting too top heavy right now. One card I was thinking about that I must have scrolled past is Novice Engineer. You could realistically replace Questing Explorer with Novice Engineer just so you always get the card draw. I think for now maybe I can replace the Ooze with the Novice Engineer. One last thing I was considering was slimming down the Sandbinder package, so I draw Zephrys more often. Right now we've got, Menacing Nimbus, Sandstorm Elemental, Zephrys, Bog Slosher, Storm Chaser, Fire Elemental, and Tiamat. 7 is kind of a lot. That is a downside of adding this Fire Elemental. But for now I think it's fine. We changed like 5 or 6 cards, so that should help us out.
Shadows are rising again, darker than they've ever been.